I think, I mean, did you ever have like was there an aha moment? I mean, for you in your life, I mean, maybe growing up or just at a point in your life, did you ever have that moment where you just said, enough is enough of being average and ordinary, and you just wanted to take your life to that next level?
Well, yeah, I mean, I always wanted to be successful. You know, I was always very motivated and very disciplined, and wanted to do. I just didn't know what that was. But there was an incident that happened when I was in the jewelry business. It was my son Dak, who's now just turned 40, just this month actually. He's 40 years old, has two little boys, doing really great.
No way.
So, but he was turning 5. And I asked, there's a company called William Pitt Jewelers in Southern California. And I asked Steve Robbins, who's the owner of the company, if I could have 3 hours off for his birthday. We're going to have a birthday party and have everybody over our house. And, I have a big family, and it was a big celebration. Age 5 is a big birthday. And he told me, no, you can't go. I need you to be there, because if you're not there, I'm going to lose money. So no, you can't go to your son's 5th birthday party. Can you imagine somebody telling you that? I was so angry, so livid. That was the moment, that right when that happened, I said, there's no way I'll ever work for somebody again as long as I live. I don't care if I have to work 16-hour days, 7 days a week. There's no way I'm working for another human being, allowing them to have the power to tell me if I can attend an event that my child was involved in. So that was it. I made that decision right there. So then I had somebody had already tried to, recruited me into the Primerica at that time. And I just called him up. I said, I know I haven't done anything. I haven't gone to any meetings. I didn't do any sales. It had been months, actually. And I said, I'm ready to get started. And that was in January of 1984. And I just, from that point on, it took me about a year. And then I went full time, and the rest is history. But
so what would you say to people that right now, I mean, when is there a good time to go full time? I mean, what would you recommend to someone that's kind of out there right now thinking, I want to go full time in the business? Where should they be financially? Where should they be mentally? What advice would you give them?
Well, the number one thing is I look at is, what's their work ethic like? Because if they don't have strong work ethic, they shouldn't ever go full time. The second thing is, can they close? Are they able to get results on their own, by themselves? Can they recruit people? Can they close transactions? Can they train somebody? And then the other thing is, if they should have some money set aside, because it's up and down in the beginning. I think you should have at least 3 to 6 months of your expenses, your home expenses, whatever, set aside, just in case you have a rough month or something like that. But after that, if you meet those things there, I think you should go for it. You should go full time. The biggest reason why people don't go full time is they don't believe that they can do it. You really have to help people believe that they can be successful. If they believe, a person goes full time not 1 second before they believe they can actually be successful. So that's how I would do. That's how I always did it. That's the thing I recommend. I never try to talk people into going full time person. I know some people do that. I never did that. What I did is I prepared them to go full time. I made sure I taught them how to close, how to prospect, how to set appointments, how to do a great presentation, how to overcome objections, how the product works, how to recruit somebody at a kitchen table, and how to get somebody off to a fast start. If they know how to do those things, they should go full time.
Yeah, totally agree. I mean, I look back when I went full time, it was only because I knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
And the way I knew what I was doing is I studied the material. I mean, I took your scripts. You had lots and lots of scripts back then.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to Tom Hopkins for 6 months straight. I didn't listen to radio. I didn't watch TV. We actually, me and Karma had our we turned off our TV for 3 years. We had no TV for 3 years.
Just smart.
And so we just put our head down. And so tell me about, like, you and Jan, what kind of decisions did you make early on to just get this thing done? Like, just get it done and over with. What decisions did you make?
Well, when I decided to go full time, we sat down and we said, okay, we're going to make a 5-year commitment, 60-month commitment. Well, same thing. We stopped watching TV. We stopped doing anything that didn't revolve around building our business. Every single thing we did for that first 5 years revolved around building a primary business. Whether it's, we didn't go on vacations. We didn't. If we had any time with social time, was always with people in the business. It was just 100% focus on building the business and nothing else for 5 straight years. But our income went from, first year we made $18,000. We were part-time. Second year I made $35,000 full-time. Third year I made $86,000. Fourth year I made $409,000, and in my fifth year we made $855,000, and we were still living in a tract house, $1,000 a month payment, no car payments. We really kept our budget really low. I saved about $1 million, and I was, at the end of 1988, we were not debt free, but almost debt free, and we're totally financially independent after 5 years of just total unadulterated focus. Most people don't do that. They're not focused. They don't make a total commitment. Both of us made a total commitment. And so by doing that, people could see we were very serious. They could see we were there for them, that we weren't going anywhere, and we didn't have any problem recruiting and retaining people. The right people stayed on board, and from there the rest just kept growing.
So what was that? What did it feel like? I mean, maybe some of us, some people out there, they don't understand the feeling of financial independence. And I think that's why, like I've heard you say before, that if you knew how good it was, you would work 10 times harder.
Absolutely.
What did it feel like? Maybe take us back all the way back to, that time. What did it feel like when you had that $1 million and you were financially free?
Well, it felt free. It felt like I was free. I didn't have to worry about money anymore, and I could make every decision based on what was the best decision long term. So I wasn't worried about money. I wasn't worried, how am I going to make my house payment? How am I going to feed my kids? I wasn't worried about anything. I could then take all of my focus on just building the business. So there's 2 things that I did, I think, that really made the big difference. One was the focus on getting financially independent. The other, maybe the best decision I ever made financially, was to have no debt. I haven't had debt forever. I mean, I just don't believe in debt. I don't have any debt right now. I make a sizable income today, and not only from the business, but from investments that I've made over the years. I have 0 debt, which allows me to have a life that's pretty ridiculous. I mean, it's, what I'm able to do is pretty awesome.
And what would you make, Hector, last year? What would you say approximately would you make last year?
Well, in Primerica, I made $3 million, but
okay,
probably almost double that number.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so the choice to spend 5 years of total focus put you in a situation where today you make it's pretty much massive passive income. I mean,
it's massive passive income.
It's massive passive income, and
right.
ridiculous amounts of residual, reoccurring stuff that comes in every day. It's like, but it was 5 years. It was 5 years of focus. Why is it that people can't stay focused for 5 years?
Well, they don't see that it's real, that it can happen to them. They don't believe it. So if you don't believe it, you're not going to do the work. That's a big part of it. And the other thing that most people never do is they never do the work to master all the fundamentals of their business. So until you master the fundamentals of your business, you're never going to have the kind of results you want to have. And most people never do that. I mean, like I said, you got to master how to prospect, you got to master how to set appointments, how to do a presentation, how to overcome objections, how to recruit somebody at the kitchen table, how the products work, how to train somebody. Those are the fundamentals that most people never pay the price to. They get pretty good at them, but pretty good isn't going to allow you to get wealthy. You got to master them. You got to be great at them, because if you're not great at them, you can't teach other people to be great at them. And so if you can't duplicate yourself, you can't get big. And most people never get to that point. They don't do the work. They do just enough, just kind of like how most people in jobs, they do just enough to get fired, and the owners pay them just enough so they won't quit. And everybody's doing just enough, but they're not focused on being great at what they do. And in my opinion, you need to focus on being not good, but great. I think good is the enemy of great. And being great is the key to any, I don't care what you do, you know. If you think of all the people that are great at their craft, whether it's actors or singers or doctors or lawyers or construction, you know, people, I don't care what business you're in. If you have a total commitment to be great at what you do, you know, money is going to flow to you. People are going to want to do business with you, and they're going to want to be in business with you. And I just think the number of people that make that focus and stay on that until they get there is very rare. But if you do, it's amazing.
Thank you for watching our short clips on Alonzo Academy. If you'd like to watch the next short clip, click here. If you'd like to watch the entire podcast, click here.